I'm Macy Montgomery, and today I'll be talking about electronic cigarettes. When trying to decide what I wanted to speak about, the topic of electronic cigarettes was rather easy for me. I chose an article titled "E-Cigarette Use by Teens Triples, Health Officials Warn of Nicotine Addiction." This article is taken from Academic Search Premier and was published in Alcohol and Drug Abuse Weekly, Volume 27, Issue 17, and was published April 27, 2015. This work was written by Nora D. Volkow, who is the director of the National Institute of Drug Abuse. She had the help of 6 editors and a publisher. Since nicotine is so popular in schools, all recent middle school or high school students will know just how relevant this topic is. This article highlights the results of the FDA's National Youth Tobacco Survey. It surveyed 22,000 students with ages ranging from 11 to 18 in both public and private schools. I chose this article because the issue of nicotine consumption is increasing drastically. I see teens in my community revolving their lives around a piece of plastic that feeds them their daily nicotine without realizing how they are affecting their body. I feel that the topic of e-cigarettes is something that needs to be talked about and taken more seriously. With this speech, I hope to highlight how this trend is going to affect young citizens in the long run. Today, I will present information about these 3 points: increasing popularity within adolescents, effects shown in an FDA survey, and effects shown to premature exposure to nicotine. These electronic cigarettes are becoming increasingly more popular with the adolescent crowd, and I want to highlight just how alarming the growth rate is. In just 1 year, the teenage usage of e-cigarettes tripled. Children are being exposed to these harmful devices much younger than you may realize. It starts in middle school and usually increases in high school. The Center for Disease Control reported that from 2013, the rate was 1.1% of middle schoolers using e-cigarettes, and it grew to 2014 rate of 3.9. Another shocking thing was reported within this research was the rate within high school children. In just 12 months, it grew from 4.5% of children using to 3.4%. These teens are using these devices without a care or thought about how they are affecting their bodies in the long run. Secondly, I would like to talk about the FDA survey results and emphasize the effects of these electronic cigarettes. These devices, although extremely unhealthy, did do one positive thing. It is estimated in the survey that there are 2.4 million youth e-cigarette users, within 1 in 4 high school students using these daily. And there's also 1 in 13 middle schoolers using these. These nicotine devices have proven that they do, in fact, do what they are made to do. They have drastically decreased the amount of cigarettes bought and used, also other tobacco products. But these are offset by the amount of non-smokers that are using these devices. Addiction is an issue that has affected everyone around them. Nicotine addiction is certainly not a new problem, but the issue is definitely increasing. It is something that is more important now than it used to be. It is affecting teens at such a rapid rate that researchers are trying to increase their research and find new ways to improve children's usage. Another positive thing that seemed to be achieved quickly because it was so urgent is the variety of treatment that is now offered for nicotine addiction. The premature exposure to nicotine is the most worrisome part to health officials that are evaluating this issue. They have made a point to warn parents of the negative effects it could have on their children and just how quickly their offspring can become fully dependent on nicotine to function throughout their daily lives. Using these devices in the wrong way can cause long-lasting brain damage and lead to sustained tobacco use. Officials have made a point to show that using these can increase your children in their early adulthood. It has also been shown that it is a gateway to other drugs and tobacco products. In conclusion, the points I've spoken about today are the rapid growth rate of e-cigarettes, results shown in an alarming FDA survey, and effects of nicotine at a young age. I believe that this is a shock to a lot of people because of how common these devices are used. Many teens today become dependent on these electronics in order to get through their day and develop an addiction to nicotine. From this speech, I hope you will start to think about more of your usage of these nicotine devices. Thank you to my audience for their time. My name is Macy Montgomery.